Okay everybody, today is another grocery video. I'm in a different place today, so it's a good time to check out grocery prices in France. Some of these you've seen me price out before, and some are new. It's summertime now. It's toward the end of June, and the shopping I did was at a standard size Carrefour. You've seen me shop at Carrefour before. These lentils are the same ones I always get. They're $2.14 at this Carrefour. This is a bigger Carrefour. It's in a very small city, about 10,000 people. This is the main in-town grocery store. There is a Leclerc further out if you have a car, but it's a solid 30-minute walk or so. So it would be for, special occasion types of things. This is a big head of lettuce. I don't usually buy big heads of lettuce, definitely at the grocery store. But we have market tomorrow, and I've been here for one day, and I don't really have any food. And I haven't had a lot of fresh food all week. So I bought this big head of lettuce. This is a butter lettuce, pretty standard size in France, aside from if you get the big ones. You can see the bottom is on the wider side, so we're gonna go into that. A good bit into those leaves is a good green. I will say the butter lettuce in France is much more substantial fiber-wise and just nutritionally than any of the butter lettuce I've had in the United States. I do like the sucrines that are super tiny. Sorry, traffic sounds. There's a pack of 3 oftentimes, but I only get those from certain markets, and I didn't like them from Carrefour today. They were too white lettucey to me. So that cost, let's see here. What was the butter lettuce? Oh yeah, that was €1.50. Right now the exchange rate is a pretty solid 1.22 or so. So you figure on about a 20% increase from euro to dollar. So it's about $1.80 for that lettuce. And again, I'm in a pretty small market here. We'll see what the prices are like tomorrow. And I'm not as close in toward Spain from where a lot of the produce comes from at this time of year as I was when I did the starts of these videos, which was in Perpignan, which is just over the border, and they had great prices. Okay, so then we have 2 limes, pretty good medium-sized limes. They were 50 centimes a piece, so about 60 cents. So certainly cheaper than we tend to see in the U.S. right now. The fromage blanc, I've switched this as my main yogurt. It says fromage means cheese, blanc means white, but it is this is actually a strong yogurt made out of milk and cream, and it's pretty much the best thing you're ever going to eat, and it's incredibly cheap. For some reason, it's the best yogurt here, but it's also the cheapest yogurt here. You can get it in different brands, but this brand works really well. This is just the generic Carrefour brand. Again, for political reasons, I prefer not to shop at Carrefour, but I don't have a choice in a lot of the places that I am if I need basic groceries, so it is what it is. But I do my best. So this is the fromage blanc here, and that was $2.59. That's a little bit more than I pay in the bigger markets for it sometimes, just by 20 centimes or so. The cucumber was a little bit more than I wish it was. It was $1.35, so about $1.50. It's a little high right now for United States. Even not so high I couldn't buy it, but I'm hoping that I'll get some more tomorrow at the fresh market. That will be a lot less money. At the Spanish market that I've been going to, I get ones that are about even 25% bigger than this for like 50 centimes a piece, but that's also at the really cheap market. And I don't know how tomorrow's market will go. Okay, so I've got these ripening a bit. I've got one really good sized tomato. It does smell like a tomato, so I could eat it right now, but I can tell it's gonna keep ripening. So That one was, let's see, yeah, the tomato was $2.92 per kilo, so it was 79 centime, so about 95 cents. Again, big, good-sized tomato. I'm not getting the good perspective because my hand is far away. There it is, though. I mean, it's a full hand of tomato. And then we have some nectarines over here. These are on the smaller side. They're mediums, but they're on the just shy of a, definitely not quite big yet. And then we've got three, again, sort of medium, but on the small size of medium peaches. And those were both $5.50 a kilo. So those are more than I would have liked to pay. It's more than I would usually pay. I see them in shops in the bigger cities for $3.95 a kilo, and at the Spanish and Arab shops, I get them for $1.99 a kilo and $1.20 a kilo if I'm in Perpignan. About $1.99 a kilo or $2.50 a kilo for in Béziers. So anyway, I hope that's a helpful touch point. You'll notice that the way that I'm ripening these is I'm going to give them some air in there, but I'm not going to let that ripening gas escape. I'm going to let them kind of ripen each other. Hopefully I can eat these tonight. I would really like that because my body is sort of out of produce land right now. So that is what I'm going to try. Oh, and also I got these mushrooms. These were more than I would usually spend, but they didn't have any in bulk. This is 200 grams, so about 6 to 7 ounces of mushrooms. I usually get the white ones because the white ones here are just so good anyway, but I splurged today and got something a little bit different. I've been very much needing a lot of vitamin B when I have higher levels of radiation exposure. Having a lot of vitamin B really helps me. And right now my feet are really swelled up from having to use my phone a lot and being around some really high radiation. So what we've got here, if we look for champignon, let's see what we can find. Here we go. Champ was $2.40 for those, which makes it 10 per kilo, which is, you know, about $4 a pound. So anyway, is there anything else in here? Oh, nothing else in here. Oh, no, there is one more thing I want to show you. And that is, I asked the cooking group that I'm in about, yeah, I'm used to, like, you know, if you buy some cheese and leave it out for a while and stink up your house, that you will end up with a good cheese, even if it started out cheap. And that was not my experience with one from Monoprix that I bought. Monoprix is a department store and grocery store, and it's mostly just overpriced and not that good, but occasionally they have some good things. I bought just a cheap wheel of camembert like this, and it did not ripen at all. It did stink up my entire suitcase, but it did not ripen at all. This one, so I asked my cooking group, I said, is there a budget-friendly cheese, camembert, because that's the cheapest cheese here, that I could ripen and actually have it, you know, properly ripen, and it would be good. And several people recommended this brand, and the brand is Le Rustique. That's a IQUE under that stamp there, or USTIQUE. And so I let it sit. I didn't open it, but I just left it to sit, and you can see it's not, this is just a wax paper. Some of the other cheap ones are wrapped in plastic, and that might be another reason it didn't ripen properly. But this one was wrapped in wax paper, and you can see I took a pretty solid 20% out of it last night, and it's still gooed out, and then I didn't seal it properly when I put it in the fridge. So now it's a little more solid, but I'm telling you, it just really like oozed. And it spread really, really nice, like a soft butter would. So anyway, I would definitely recommend that. And I appreciate that recommendation from my friend in my group. Okay, so hope that's helpful. Happy shopping.